In a dramatic legal development that could reshape U.S. trade policy, a federal appeals court has struck down a major portion of tariffs imposed by former President Donald Trump, ruling that he overstepped his executive authority. This decision doesn't just revisit one of the most controversial economic moves of Trump's presidency, but also raises new questions about presidential power, international trade, and the future of America's relationship with global markets. During his term, Trump justified the tariffs as a way to protect American industries from unfair foreign competition, especially targeting China and other trading partners. Supporters praised the tariffs as bold and necessary, claiming they brought leverage to the negotiation table. But critics argued they hurt U.S. consumers, disrupted supply chains, and invited retaliatory tariffs from other countries, escalating into what many labeled a trade war. The court's ruling sends a strong message: even presidents must operate within the limits of authority set by Congress. According to the judges, Trump's administration used statutes in ways that stretched beyond their intended purpose, applying broad and sweeping tariffs without sufficient legal basis. For businesses and trade groups that challenged the tariffs, this is a significant victory. Many companies had long complained that the tariffs increased costs, reduced competitiveness, and created uncertainty in planning for the future. Now, with the tariffs struck down, industries heavily reliant on imports may find some relief, though the ruling could also trigger fresh debates in Washington about how to handle trade disputes going forward. Politically, this ruling lands in a highly charged moment. Trump has continued to campaign on his record, boasting about the tariffs as proof of his tough stance against China and global competitors. The appeals court decision, however, undercuts that narrative and highlights potential legal vulnerabilities in his approach. At the same time, the Biden administration, which has kept some of Trump's tariffs in place while reviewing others, may face pressure to clarify its own trade strategy. Will they fight the court's ruling, seek new legislation from Congress, or move toward rolling back tariffs altogether? These are big questions with massive economic consequences. For everyday Americans, this decision could mean shifts in prices at the store, changes in job markets tied to trade industries, and a reevaluation of how the U.S. confronts global competitors. One thing is certain: the battle over tariffs isn't over. This ruling may spark a new wave of legal challenges, political arguments, and policy debates that could shape the direction of U.S. trade for years to come.